Welcome to the Activity Call Live. Now, let's hear it for our special guest host, Eric Bellaire.
Oh, baby, we're going to be shaking and baking today. Woo! I'm going to take some time to cover the recipe for increased sales. I know this might be small on your computer screen, so that's why we took it and put it on the Facebook app. So if you want to follow along, we got this document out there on Facebook. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to take the next hour to, again, cover the recipe for increased sales. And at the same time, I'm going to cover the ingredients. Yes, the ingredients to being a difference maker. Yeah, baby. I'm prepared, Dave. Chef Dough Maker. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about today is I want to talk about how you have to make a decision, on how much time and how much money you're going to put into this thing that we do. How much time and how much money are you going to put into this thing, right? Everybody has that decision to make. I know what my decisions are, and I know what my decisions have been, and I know what they've been able to do for me. So you've got to decide. Andy Albright, let me show you something. Andy Albright loves to chat about this, and I agree 100%. You know, if you take somebody and you ask them to show their checkbook and how they spend their money, and you ask them to show their schedule book, their activity book, and how they spend their time, we're going to know where they're going to be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now when it comes to this business. We're going to let them know where they're going to be at. Of course, the third ingredient, yes, there's a third ingredient. Who do you spend your time with? Who do you associate with? So it's how do you spend your money? Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend your time? How do you spend your time? And who do you spend it with? But you show me your checkbook and you show me your schedule book, and I'll show you your future income in this business. Oh, yes, sirree, Bobcat Tail, without a doubt. So you got to make that decision. You got to make that decision today. What's your schedule going to look like? What's your activity book going to look like? What are you going to do on a Monday? What are you going to do on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Friday? How much time and effort are you going to stay in the kitchen? No matter how hot it gets, how often are you going to stay in the kitchen and shake and bake and help people that need us, help people that want us and desire our help? That's important. You got to stop doing the things you know you need to stop doing and start doing the things you need to start doing. And that is what's going to lead you to success. And like Andy says, you know what you need to stop doing. And you know what you need to start doing. Simple as that. And listen, as I cover this, there's going to be parts of it that I can go into more depth. There's parts of it that I can go into and help you out. Let me zoom out a little bit. Hold on a second. I've been told to zoom out a little bit. There you go. Now I can tell you right now, we'll have future calls. I'll do future trainings and I'll get into the nit and gritty, the quality of the ingredients, the quantity of the ingredients. But today it's just an overview of the recipe and the ingredients. I like this one. How much are you going to spend in your business? How much are you going to spend to build your business? For those of you who don't know, Andy's talked about it. I spend $1,500 a week on leads because I know I need leads to succeed. And I love leads. And that's why I invest so much in leads. So check this out. We go back over here. I want to show you something. Sorry about that. Let me get you there. We go back over here. You got to invest in leads. And again, I don't care what type of lead. I don't care if it's a final expense lead. I don't care if it's a Medicare lead, if it's a mortgage lead. I don't care if it's a direct mail lead, if it's an internet lead, if it's a Facebook lead, if it's a telemarketing lead. You've got to make a decision that you're going to invest in leads. So the question is, what is the amount of money that you will part with to build your business when it comes to sales? Are you going to invest 100 a week, 300 a week, 500 a week, knowing that that investment will turn into a profit if you do what we're asking you to do? So check this out. This is really cool because you got to remember, it's about getting in front of clients. It's about getting in front of clients. But the problem is a lot of people think limiting thoughts. They think limiting thoughts. A thought like this, for example, that's too much for leads. That's all I have. Or that's not the type of lead I want, or the age of lead I want. They're always thinking that I can't spend my last dime. I can't spend that much money. Let me tell you something. As I'm in the kitchen, I know this. When I need more dough, I make more bread. When I need more dough, I make more bread. So what do? You spend what you earn to build what you want. And when you need more dough, you'll make more bread. So listen, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go out there and spend money on leads. Don't be afraid that you think that the leads won't get you where you want to be. It's a proven fact. It's a proven fact that leads lead us to success. And it doesn't matter how fresh they are. It doesn't matter how aged they are. You know, in the kitchen, we loved aged steak. You know, in the kitchen, we loved aged wine. So listen, let me tell you something. I once bought a $3 lead. That's an aged lead. I once bought a $3 lead. And that $3 lead, let me tell you right now, it led me to a client that had $1 million in stocks at a place called Publix. And that $1 million, I was able to roll into what we call an annuity. And I was able to make over $70,000 in commissions. Now, you tell me, was that a decision that I should have rethought, and a $3 lead, an old 2-year-old lead shouldn't have been invested in? I don't care if it's 3 years old. I don't care if it's 1 day old. I don't care if it's 5 months old. A lead is somebody in need, and you need to go out there and help them and invest in those leads, get those leads, all types of leads. And then you got to work those leads. So check this out. The thing about it is, we've got people out there and they will invest in leads. They'll take the time to invest in leads, but then they just won't go out there and work the leads. They won't go out there and do everything a lead needs to have done to it, right? So I want you to understand, you got to execute an immense amount of activity. You got to an immense amount of activity through dials and hot knocks. Again, I can go into another call another time about the ingredients of dials and the ingredients of hot knocks and the quality and the quantity of a dial and a hot knock. But this is just an overview, right? This is just an overview. And if you make a decision to purchase leads and you're not going to give it all you got, yes, you've thrown money down the drain, and that's insane. You've got to invest in the leads and then give it all you got. Give it all you got to get in front of that person. Now, listen, I know it can get frustrating. I know that it can get hot in that kitchen and you can get burned and you can go, oh my God, it was too hot and I got told no. Are you kidding me? Listen, excuse me 1 second. I blow through the nose to get to the yeses. Sometimes I blow through the nose so much it bleeds. Yes, I make it bleed. Listen, it's just a nosebleed. It stops eventually, but you got to blow through that nose to get to the yeses. And if there weren't yeses and leads, why would do I look stupid? Do I look insane? Do I look crazy? If there weren't yeses and leads, I wouldn't be investing $1,500 a week in them. I went over a mathematical formula with, I can't remember who it was yesterday. It's Jake and Veray Joseph on the Noel and Mike team. What I did was I let them know that I put so much money a week into Medicare leads, and I get about 15 Medicare leads a week, and that's about 60 Medicare leads a month. And I'm closing about 30 Medicare deals a month. Right now, by the way, everybody knows, if you don't know, my goal is to be at over 1,000 Medicare clients by the end of this year. Now, they're all not got in this year. They've been since I started doing Medicare, but we've only been doing it for so many months, right? But the fact of the matter is I'm going to have 1,000 by the end of the year. And right now, woo! Bobby and I have eclipsed over 600. We're on our way. We're on our way. It's nice to set a goal and to achieve it. And yes, we're going to have over 1,000 Medicare clients by the end of the year. But how am I doing it? I'm investing 15 of those leads a week. And I go into it. It's a proven fact. I go into it knowing I'm only going to close half now. I don't know about later. I don't know about AEP. I don't know about next year. I still got their information. But now I know that I'm going to close only about half. Well, we did the math. 60 Medicare leads a month are costing me around $2,500. And the money I'm making is over $7,500. Who wouldn't spend $2,500 to make $7,500? Raise your hand, class. Who wouldn't? Come on. And that's only closing half now. And oh, by the way, the Medicare income is for a longer period of time. It's going to keep going and going and going as they're growing and growing and growing. So I'm just letting you know, I understand that it's going to take an immense amount of activity. It's going to take an immense amount of hot knocks. And you got to go after 40 appointments. You got to go after filling your calendar. You got to dismiss the time wasting activities, get rid of those activities, and put the income producing activities, which is appointments, in your calendar. So the only way to make 40 appointments a week and then to run those appointments is to clear your calendar. You cannot have other things in your way of those 40 appointments. And I just got to tell you, when you start running 40 appointments a week, all your troubles will go away. Listen, I want to show you something. Check this out. So listen, when you're working these leads and you're doing this thing, of course, whoops, wrong slide. I apologize. When you're doing this thing, people are afraid of getting burned. I know. I talked about too many no's. People are afraid of getting burned. They leave the kitchen when it's too hot. They leave the kitchen because they got burned. When I did this slide, I remembered something about my beautiful bride, Bobby Bellaire. And if those of you don't know about how I met Bobby, there's a Crossroads video out there. It's called Bellaire Crossroads on YouTube. I would take the 10 minutes to watch it. It talks about how, we burned and crashed and we were in the ash. And the Alliance brought us back like the Phoenix. It's pretty awesome. And Andy took the time to make that story for us and to make that video for us and to help us tell our story. And I love Andy for that. But let me tell you something that you don't know. So Bobby and I, we met like when we were in our 20s, young 20s, 20, 21. And we worked at this Godmother's Italian kitchen. Yeah, I've been a chef in the past. I threw that dough and I make that dough. But anyhow, Bobby, I'll never forget, the big pizza ovens open up with a large door and they're scalding hot inside. And you slide that panel in and you bring that pie out and then you put it down on the counter. Well, I'll never forget one time when Bobby was doing it, she took her entire arm and it just got, we're talking a 3rd-degree burn, people. I don't want to get into the disgustingness of it or how it looked, but she still got a scar from it today. It was awful. It was painful. It was agonizing. Guess what? After Bobby healed, and even probably before she was completely healed, she was back in the kitchen. She didn't get afraid of the kitchen because she got burned, because she got hurt, because her feelings were hurt. I mean, yes, clients might do crazy things. Clients might say crazy things, and it's okay. It's okay. Because like Marcusetta says, some will, some won't, some do, some don't. So what? So what? We're looking for the ones that do. Listen, I haven't said this in a while. I'm going to say it now, right? We're out there looking for people that have energy and want to help their families and help themselves when it comes to a hospital income plan or a Medicare plan, or help their families when it comes to a death benefit, right? Or a retirement plan for themselves, or a retirement plan for their family for leave behind money. The fact of the matter is, when we're looking for these people, we're going to find people. We're looking for neutrons. We're looking for protons. We're looking for electrons. And every now and then we get lucky. God blesses us and find a megatron. But hey, throughout our pursuit, we find a ton of morons. And it's okay. It's okay. Because after so many morons, you'll eventually run into that neutron or that proton or that electron or that megatron. But you're not going to be able to ever run into one of those if you quit. If you say it's too hot in the kitchen and I'm out. By the way, let me tell you something. When it's too hot in the kitchen, all I do is I cool down. Like, I love hot knocking, but boy, I tell you what, in Florida, it gets hot. It gets hot. And all I do is cool down by one, either getting into a home or getting back into my car where it's air conditioned and going to the next home. But I don't quit because it gets too hot in the kitchen. So check this out. Let's go back here. Let's go back. What you got on those 40 appointments a week, what you got on that immense amount of dialing, what you got on that immense amount of hot knocks, when you dial, I want you to do something for me, and I want you to smile. I want you to just practice that right now. Do this with your mouth. Smile. When you dial, smile. Now, people all the while can tell if you smile, even when they don't see you, because it comes out in your voice. It comes out in your tonality. So be smiling while you're dialing, and always do that. Please always do that. The other thing is, you got to make sure that when you dial with a purpose. You dial with intentionality. You dial with genuineness. You dial with care. You dial with love. You dial because you know somebody on the other side that's going to answer the phone is going to need you. And you know in your heart, you're doing your part and you're going to be a blessing to them. You're going to be a blessing to them. I would add, and again, it's another call, another time, another training about the ingredients of a dial and the quality and the quantity, but I would make sure you get a little bit of data and you get a little bit of detail so you know how to help them when you get to their home. So you know what to do a little bit when you get to their home. That's my recommendation. So the next thing up is an ATM. Woo! We all have to have our ATMs. If you don't have your ATM, oh my gosh. See, an ATM helps you do a positive presentation with a positive personality. Could you imagine going into a home with a negative personality? What's that going to get you, man? It ain't going to get you nothing but a big fat no. You got to be positive. I don't care what happened in your day. I don't care what happened last night. I don't care how you did or didn't roll out of bed. I don't care. And the client don't care. What the client cares about is how much you care about them. And are you a positive, genuine, loving, caring, trustworthy person? And that's what the ATM does. And again, I could do a whole hour presentation on the ATM. I will say this to you. Make sure that your ATM is emotional. Make your presentation, make sure it's emotional. Make sure it's entertaining. Make sure it's educational. And make sure it's enlightening. And I know that going over it briefly can be like, what does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? Like, it's emotional. I mean, listen. On page 2, where you have a story about yourself and you're telling yourself a little bit about you and you're learning a little bit about them and you're wanting to know something about them, I would definitely add your personal experience with a death of a loved one. I would definitely be telling clients that I lost my mom in 2020 of COVID. I would definitely be telling clients that I lost my dad this year, a week before Easter. I would definitely be calling, and when I'm sitting with clients, letting them know these things, that my wife lost her mother at age 64 and her dad at age 69. I would definitely let my clients know that. I would definitely let them know whether or not we had a plan in place or if we didn't have a plan in place. And if you don't think that's emotional, watch this. Now you turn it around on them and you ask them, have they lost a loved one? Have they experienced the death of a family member? Have they experienced the death of a relative? What was it like? And was there a plan in place to help the family through it? Or was there not a plan in place to help the family through it. Listen, bring a box of tissue with you because it can sometimes get that emotional, especially how new it is or when it occurred and how recent it was. But these clients will tell you because now you've told them about your experience and now they're giving you their experience. And listen, it doesn't matter whether they had a plan in place and it doesn't matter whether they didn't have a plan in place. That's past tense. It's already happened. But the reason you ask is so that they can remember. And then you say to them, listen, I promise you this, we're not leaving here today until we do what your dad did. Agreed? Or we're not leaving here today until we do what your mother should have done. Agreed? I mean, come on, folks, that to me is emotional. The entertaining part is like, come on, have fun. If a cat jumps into your lap, don't go, get away from me. You gotta laugh. You go, woo, little kitty, what's this one's name? If a dog comes up and sniffs your leg or, decides to do something else to it, you gotta have fun with it. You don't want to be a negative nilly-willy. You want to be a positive person and you want to have fun with the client. You want to bring up cheerful things. You don't just want to be all sad, and doom. You want to bring up things like, when did you get married? And do you remember your first date? And all this other stuff that can be a little bit of entertainment to them, right? And then you want to get a little bit of educational. You want to make sure that you use the ATM properly, which is an educational path down what we can do for the client. And to me, that's an education, educating the client about what we can do for them. If they don't know what you can do for them, they're not going to ask you to do that for them. I mean, I love helping people with things outside of what they ask me out to their house for. I go there to help them for what they asked me to go there for, but then they find out I can do more than just that. So at least now, of course, there's more details and data and ingredients to educational, because to me, that's transformational. And I know it's informational. So when you give somebody more information that can help them with that transformation, then that's an awesome thing, because now they become a client of yours for life, right? And then, of course, the last one is enlightening. To me, it's enlightening to learn things about the person. It's enlightening to learn things about what the person thinks about things in the world happening today, what their beliefs are. And yes, I get involved in that discussion, whether I share their belief or don't share their belief. It's enlightening that we share those thoughts with each other. I don't want to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. The clients know who I am, and I know who the client is, and they know what my purpose and my intention is. All I'm saying to you, it's a pretty awesome experience when it's done that way. By the way, don't forget, when you're doing the ATM, always do the green sheet. Always do the green sheet. This leads you down that road to helping the client to more and more and more things that we can do for them. By the way, I love saying, by the way, oh, by the way, oh, by the way. Like I said, I could do a whole day of training on the ATM. I could do more training on the ATM than I can think of, because the ATM is cool. The ATM allows us to overcome objections before they even happen. The ATM allows us and helps us to complete the mission to help the family. I just love the power of the ATM. And if it's used properly, what it can do for you and for your client. Let's see if I have anything on the back end on the ATM. Hold on a second. I just said, spice it up. Yes, we're in the kitchen. Spice it up. Spice up your ATM. So listen, everybody's going to have a different page 2. Everybody's going to have a different page 3. We all going to have different photos. We're all going to have different backgrounds and different stories, but spice it up. You got to add a little bit of sugar. You got to add a little bit of salt. Your ATM presentation has got to come across as something that is fruitful. That's another kitchen term. Plentiful. Something that will show the client that you can definitely serve their needs and help them not only today, but for days to come and for years to come. So again, spice up your ATM. Make sure you have fun with it. Make sure you do it in a manner of entertainment, emotionalism, like I said, educational, and enlightening. Let's go back. We're moving right along here, probably faster than I thought we would. Let's go back. So the next thing here you got is, oh yes, making the sale. Making the sale, like I touched on, of what they asked you to come there for. So now you're out there and you've made that mortgage protection sale. Now you're out there and you've made that final expense sale. Now you're out there and you've done whatever it is you're supposed to do for the client. But oh, by the way, are we done? Oh, by the way, I helped them with Medicare and I showed them a Medicare plan that they're happy with. But do they know how much it costs them per night when they go to the hospital? So maybe I need now to tell them about the hospital income plan we offer with Medico that can offset that expense. And yes, I'm doing more Medico sales. I'm helping people offset that expense because they need to know that product's available. It's so awesome that all you got to do is go out there and do suggestive selling. All you got to do is go out there and show and tell. So basically, when you're out there and you are working in the home, I just want you to know, oh, by the way, let me supersize that for you. Oh, by the way, let me supersize that for you. Let me add those fries. Let me add that shake. Let me add that dessert. Why not? Most of my clients love the extra fries. Most of my clients love the dessert. Most of my clients love the extra size shake. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You see, a lot of people get afraid of the word selling. I'm telling you right now, they do. They go, I can't sell. Matter of fact, there's a book I read, and I wish I could remember the book. They say when you're recruiting, one of the objections you get from somebody is that, oh, I can't do that. I can't sell. And they say in the book, look at them and say, tell me why. And then you sit there and say, as they talk and they stop, tell me more. And they talk some more and say, tell me a little bit more. And then after they're done telling you why they can't sell, you look right at them and said, you sold me. Because that's what they're doing. They're selling you on the fact that they can't sell. So everybody can sell. But let me put it more simpler to you, because I don't believe I sell at all. I don't. I believe I'm very enthusiastic, I'm very genuine, I'm very caring, and I believe I do a great show and tell. Somebody one day, somehow, some way in America took the word show, took the word sell, and squeezed them together and made the word sell. But really, it's just show and tell. So if I've got great things to talk about and I've got great things to show and tell about, I'm going to do it. I think it's amazing to talk about the Forester's benefits. I think it's amazing to talk about living benefits. I think it's amazing to talk about the extra perks and benefits of Medicare plans that are out there. I think it's amazing to talk about the dental plan that we have, or the hospital income plan that we have, or the HMA plan that we have. I think it's amazing, and I show and tell. Oh, by the way, any one of you right now watching, you're wearing something, hopefully. You have something in front of you, like a pen or a phone or a binder, or out in your driveway, you have a car. Let me just take a moment and ask you, can you tell me about it? Can you tell me where you got it? Can you tell me how much you like it? Can you tell me how much you bought it for? Can you tell me, do you like your decision? Do you regret your decision? Whatever you tell me, you're showing it to me, then you're telling me about it. And after I'm done listening to you, I'm going to make a decision to say, damn, I'm going to go get me a VW. Or damn, I'm going to go get me that leather jacket. Or damn, I'm going to get me that TV. Or that pen, or that stapler, or that phone. We all can do that. We learned it in kindergarten. We learned it when we were in kindergarten. I don't know where you went to school, but I went to kindergarten in Florida. Matter of fact, I went to something before kindergarten called Romper Room. Yeah, and we learned how to do a show and tell. Teacher would say, hey, Eric, come up here and bring that up here. I asked you to bring something from your house. Can you tell us about it? And I brought whatever it was, and I said, oh, this is what it is, and I told them about it. And whatever I would tell them about it excited them or didn't excite them, motivated them or didn't motivate them, influenced them or didn't influence them. We're not selling, we're show and telling, and we just got to do it with a great, enthusiastic attitude. And showing, by the way, what better way to show and tell something that you already own? I can't go show and tell a Lamborghini because I never driven one. I've asked Andy to let me drive his, and he keeps saying no. I'm hoping one day he'll say yes, bro. But listen, the fact of the matter is, I can't show and tell a Lamborghini because I've never driven one. But once I drive one, baby, I got a story to tell. And then I can go out there and do a show and tell. So you got to own an HMA plan. You got to own a hospital income plan. You got to have a final expense plan or a living benefit plan or an accidental death plan so you can show and tell it. Now, some of you go like, well, I don't have a Medicare plan, Eric. I'm only 30. Well, then sell one to your parents. Sell one to your grandparents. And then once you do, and you know how they're using it, and you talk to them about it, you can show and tell their story and how they're enjoying it and what it's done for them. Come on, folks, you got this. You got this. So basically, don't sell, show and tell. You need to know, listen. You need to know along the way. People always say, Eric, I don't know the product enough to do that. You're going to break a few eggs. It doesn't matter. Didn't realize it's going so far. You're going to break a few eggs. It don't matter. Look, they break. It don't matter. You're breaking eggs. It don't matter. You're going to learn as you earn with us. And the more you earn and the more you learn, the happier you're going to be. Well, I got that all over me. That was not what I thought was going to happen when I broke a few eggs. But anyhow, now them few eggs are mixed with that dough, and I'm going to make sure that I knead that dough. And after I knead that dough, I'm going to make me some more bread. I love making me bread. Anyhow, let's get going here to the next slide. I'll go back up here. Check it out. So we just talked about, oh, by the way, sales, Med Advantage, Med Sup, annuities, IRAs, child whole life, hospital income, IULs, tax retirement, debt reduction, dental, accidental, vision. Come on, folks. We got it all. Just get on the ball and make it happen. So check it out. Now, this is something I love. Now you're in the home and you've completed your mission. You think you've completed your mission. You've done the green sheet. You've done this. You've done that. You did the oh, by the way. You've done the let me show and tell you more. Let me do that. Let me do this. And now you're just going to go and dismiss yourself? You've just been a blessing to that family. You've just immensely helped that family. So you need to tap the brakes and look at them and say, do you know anybody else that would be somebody that I could serve? Somebody that I could also be a blessing to? Anybody at all that I could be a blessing to? I'd really appreciate it if you told them about me. I'd really appreciate it. Here's some business cards of mine. Now, I'm really big into that because of Medicare, and I'm not allowed to get names of Medicare, right? But there, you won't believe how well that's working, and people are calling me out of the blue. Let them know how you enjoy the plan change. Let them know how you enjoy me as your agent. Let them know how you feel, how much of a blessing I've been to you. And please pass on the word to them. I'd love to be a blessing to them too. And people are calling me out of the blue. By the way, I'll also do that approach with final expense. I'll also do that approach with annuities. But you know, we have other ways. Did I lose everybody? Bobby, am I still on? Okay. My computer went off. So just check this out. So the fact of the matter is we have other ways of getting referrals too. But let me touch on that one more. I like to call it the pure referral. The pure referral is the referral that you actually can call the client once you get it with the full intentions of helping them with what you help the other family with, period. So when you help a family with Forrester's final expense, or you help a family with a living benefit product, or you help a family with a hospital income product, and they say to you, there's another person that could use that, you ask them for names and numbers of other people that could use that product because of the census. Like, you could even ask this, do you know anybody else that's going to die one day? Anybody else? I love it when I do policy replacements of products that are, and I look at the person and then say, by the way, when you bought this product, did the agent sell to any of your other friends or family? Did the agent who sold you this product, that we've now seen a huge reason to replace, and we're doing the replacement, did that agent sell to any other of your friends and family? Bam! That's a pure referral. I'm going to call that person up and say, hey, and boom, boom, boom. Now, we have other ways of getting names and getting referrals. We have the ERS. We have the RX script card, and you can get names that way as well. Now, the reason I don't call them pure referrals is because we're getting those names under a pretense that we're going to fulfill an obligation. We're going to fulfill a promise. And the promise is we're going to contact that client for the sole purpose of letting them know they're on this person's emergency response system, or that this person has given them a discount, a script card for future drug prescription program. Now, after we've done that and we fulfilled our promise and we fulfilled our obligation, then we could say to the client, oh, by the way, would you like for me to see if I could help you with your life insurance needs? Would you like to see if I could help you with your retirement needs? Would you like to see if I could help you like I helped your family and your friends who gave me your phone number? Then I ask for the permission. If they say no, I'm done. Again, I can go into a whole nother training on how I approach referral phone calls and how I'm not going to harass them. I'm not going to hound them. If I do that, I'm going to lose the one I took care of that gave me their number. These guys never asked. I'm going to put some on the board. Let me see if I have. Check this out. To me, this is cool. Let me see if I have room for it. I believe I do. So check this out. There are three hot plates, or three plates, or three bowls in the kitchen, right? There are three bowls in the kitchen. One of them is the cold market. One of them is the warm market, and one of them is the hot market. To me, these are three bowls, three soups, three hot plates, whatever you want to say. We're on the kitchen talk today. But here's the deal. You know, cold market people don't know who you are. They don't know your name. They don't know what you do, and they don't know how you can help them. But they need your help. The majority of them need your help. So I am working the cold market every day. How do I work the cold market? Oh my God. I go through like 5,000 business cards like every 6 months. If you don't believe me, call up Office Depot and ask them how many business cards I order and I order and I order and I order and I order. I'm also now getting magnet business cards. I was telling somebody the other day, I was in a client's house. I loved it. I'm sitting at their kitchen table. Of course, it's a sale after a sale after a sale after a sale. But I'm sitting there and they got 2 magnets of me on the refrigerator. I loved it. I looked over and said, ooh, that's cute. I mean, I was in their kitchen. Yeah. Anyhow, and I'm there all the time. When they go in their refrigerator to see me, and they don't just got me up there once, they got me up there twice. It was really nice. Anyhow, so the cold market needs us. The cold market needs us. The question is, are you running your mouth from east to west and north to south, letting everybody you know, everybody you meet out there on the street, who you are, what you do, and how you can help them? They need to know this. You see, we talked about leads earlier. Leads are the hot market. I'll cheat and come over here right now. Leads are the hot market. That's what the hot market is. And what leads are, this is what leads are, and we're in the kitchen. Leads are icing. Woo! Leads are icing, baby. Delicious icing. Who wants to eat a cake without icing, right? And then when you start to add the icing, there's different colors of icing. There's different flavors of icing. Ooh, there's thick icing. There's thin icing, but damn, icing is good. I love icing. Icing on a cake makes it awesome. And that's what leads are. Leads are icing on your cake. But as an agent, and this industry and what we do and how we can help people, you should be baking your cake every day. You should be working on baking a cake every day. How do you bake a cake every day? You talk to complete strangers. You let strangers know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. I'm going to run one more. I'm going to draw one more circle right here. One more circle right there. I should have drawn that circle in black. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to draw one more circle right here. Just one more circle. So this is your circle of influence. This is your circle of people that know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. And they come from these three circles, right? So the question is, how many people are in your sphere of influence? How many people are in your sphere of influence? How many people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them? I know my number is high. I know Andy Albright's number is freaking out of this world. And that's why he's where he's at. Andy Albright has more people that know what he does and how he can help them than I can imagine. I mean, oh my God, I hope I get there one day. But I'm slowly working on it, right? My bubble's getting bigger. More people are coming into my bubble. But the cool thing is as you satisfy these people, as you help these people, and you serve these people, and you bless these people, and you're the difference maker these people knew you to be, you're not the only one bringing them into your bubble. You're not the only one bringing them into your bubble. Wouldn't it be beautiful if this person brought somebody in, or this person brought somebody in, or this person brought somebody in? Now you've got your clients working for you, bringing you more people to serve. That's like any great restaurant, man. The only reason restaurants take off is because of word of mouth. The only reason restaurants take off and chefs become so freaking popular is because of word of mouth. Their food is awesome. Their service is better. Do you understand that? You can have the best chef in the world and the best freaking food in the world, but if your service sucks, if you're not a blessing and you're not a difference maker, nobody's going to ever hear about how great that food was. But wouldn't it be awesome if your phone rang out of the blue because of everything you do, from wearing a shirt that has what you do on the back of it, from wearing a lanyard, from wearing a button, from rolling and wrapping your car, wrapping your car, from handing out business cards near and far? Come on, folks. People need to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. So that the idea is you need to talk to the cold market. People that don't know who you are, people that don't know what you do, people that don't know your name, people that have not asked for your help, but could use your help. Then there's the warm market. The warm market. Oh my God, the warm market. These people know who you are, but they may not know what you do. Whose fault is that? Listen to that again. The warm market knows who you are. They know your name, but they don't know what you do. Mark Aceta talked about that from Reno. And I've talked about this in the last 15 years, because I've seen it already happen with the Alliance. And he talked about it from stage. Could you imagine your brother, your uncle, your aunt, your nephew, your niece, your best friend from college getting recruited into the Alliance on a different team? I told my wife, that's the Tucker Carlson laugh. That's the Tucker Carlson. I love Tucker Carlson. Maybe I put something out there I shouldn't have, but yes, I love it. But the fact of the matter is, you don't want that to happen to you. You do not want that to happen to you. You don't want your best friend's mom buying a life insurance policy or a Medicare policy from somebody else. Oh, wow, they knew your name, but they didn't know that you played this game. That is a shame. And you are to blame, because you didn't go out there and run your mouth from north to west and east to south. Let me tell you something. When we were kids growing up, I know, our parents and our school teachers said, shut up, keep your mouth shut, quit running your mouth. Oh my God, my dad and mom said that so much to me. Quit running your mouth. Ugh. I'm giving you permission right now to run your mouth from east to north and west to south. I don't care. Everybody out there needs to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. These people know your name, and they may or may not know what you do. They may or may not know what you do, and they still have not asked for your help, or they may have asked for your help, and we can help every one of them. You can help every one of them. So these have not asked for your help. They may or may not have asked for your help. Now, what's the hot market? Woo, woo, woo! this is why I love the icing on the cake. They have asked for your help. These are leads. They have asked for your help. So you've got referrals, you've got current clients, you've got leads, you've got friends, you've got family, you've got strangers. This is a $1 trillion industry. We've got the best rates and best products in America. How can you fail? How can you not succeed? Listen, I'm turning this into an opportunity meeting. There are 330 million Americans that make up these three groups. Woo! And we can go out there and serve every single one of them with what we do. Every single one of them with what we do. And you can have, like I said, the best pizza in the world. You can have the best spaghetti in the world. You can have the best bread in the world. But if people aren't being served right, if people aren't served genuinely, ethically, honestly, with integrity and kindness and love, nobody's going to share it with anybody else. And you want them to share what you did for them. And that's how referrals happen. So there are referrals at the time of the sale. And then there are referrals that happen after the sale. And then you've got your database of clients. Then you've got your book of business. Oh my God, ARC. Praise ARC. Praise ARC. Praise Andy Albright. Praise Robbie Kraft for the job that he did with making ARC like this mega sales machine. It's like, it's just an amazing thing that helps us with every aspect of our business. And it keeps track of our clients. It keeps track of our clients' birthdays. It keeps track of our clients' anniversary of their policies and their policy review dates and their age when they become eligible for Medicare. Are you freaking kidding me? Their policy review. Oh my God. If you're not, every single day, I send out a text to my clients who are having a birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. And you wouldn't believe how many times I get sales for that and how they boom, boom, boom. Now, yes, sometimes it's hey, Eric, I need to do a beneficiary change. Hey, Eric, I need to do a bank change. Oh, hey, Eric, I need to add more insurance. I got a guy today that just called me up. I'm going to be seeing him on Monday. It's insane. I can go get my calendar. I've already got like 7 appointments next week and I haven't been dialed yet. I haven't even dialed. Tomorrow morning's my dialing session. I've already got like 7 appointments. Actually, I got more than that because I got 5 tomorrow or 6 tomorrow. And tomorrow counts for one of mine. So it's like crazy talk because of what I'm doing and how I'm serving people. Not only the best food, but I'm serving it in the kindest, sweetest, thoughtful way. And I'm a difference maker, right? So check this out. If you're not using ARC and you're not doing the birthdays, I'm pleading with you to do that. I also send out a newsletter every single month to my clients. Not only do I send out a newsletter every single month to my clients, I send it out by email and I send it out by text. And when I send those newsletters out by email and text, I can bring Bobby in here. I can bring my executive assistant here named Josh. The fact of the matter is every single time, it does not fail, I get at least 3, 5, 7, or 8 appointments out of it. Because people, and by the way, the newsletter continually informs them of what I can do for them. Part of the newsletter continually informs them with all those WordPress links we have. You know the WordPress links for those of you on President's Club. And every different product we offer is in the newsletter. So I'm continually letting them know the different products I have. Now, of course, the newsletter changes and shifts because of times of the year. And I'll make it a Halloween newsletter, or I'll make it a Medicare newsletter, or I'll make it an Easter newsletter, or I'll make it a 4th of July newsletter. And I'll even I'll specialize a product, or I'll make a product like the product of the month. But I'm still reminding them every single month that I offer all these different products. And I'm also reminding them every single month, if they know anybody else out there that needs help. By the way, just yesterday, a lady calls me up I made the appointment yesterday, but she called me a couple of days ago. She goes, I need you to come out here and help my daughter, and I need you to help her son. They need life insurance and dental. So I went out there, and how do they know I do dental? I don't even know if I remember talking to them about dental. It's hard to remember every single thing, right? We try, but they knew it. I know either one, I told them at the appointment, or two, because she didn't get dental. She got a Medicare plan. She was a Medicare client. That client was a Medicare client. Thank you, Andy Albright. That was a Medicare client. And that Medicare client called me and said, hey, can you help my daughter with life insurance and her son and herself with dental? How did she know? How did she know? Either I told her, like I told you, to let them know, or because of my newsletter, somehow, some way, or my business card, I'm constantly getting the message out there. But I went out there and I was able to sell her daughter a CVS Aetna for $65 a month. I was able to sell her a dental plan for $45 a month. And I was able to sell the son a dental plan with Medico for $45 a month. Thank you, Andy Albright. This came off of a Medicare lead. Now you understand, Andy knows this. I would have never have met that lady. I would have never helped that lady if I wouldn't have bought the Medicare lead. I would have never have met her. And now that I've met her and I helped her with a Medicare sale, I'm going to get paid for the rest of her life that she keeps that Medicare plan, or if I keep her in a plan after 6 years to another plan, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, for the rest of her life. But who knows how many more people she knows that could use my help? And who knows how many more people her daughter knows and her son knows that could use my help? I'm fired up out of my mind. I'm just fired up out of my mind. I got to tell you that I love the alliance and I love the recipe to increase sales. And I believe that if anybody follows this recipe, they can have great success. But here's the deal. And this is where another day and another time and another training gets involved. But here's the deal. Like I said, it doesn't matter how great the recipe is. And it doesn't matter about the quality and the quantity of the ingredients that are used in the recipe. It also matters is how we deliver what we have made and what we're making and what we do and how we do it, right? It's our genuine kindness, our genuine love for serving others and blessing others and being the difference maker God created us to be. So listen, when I get into another training one day about the quality of the ingredients and the quality of and the quantity of the ingredients, that matters. That matters. Are you kidding me? Look at Andy Albright. He created the 8 steps to success recipe. That's a recipe. And that recipe delivers him a pie, a delicious, freaking amazing pie. Prosperity, inspiration, and eternity. And that man, he works that 8 steps apparently better than any of us with better ingredients. That's like Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. He does it with better ingredients, a better quantity of time, a better quality of time, a better quantity of investment, a better quality of investment. It's apparent, right? It's apparent because of what he's been able to achieve. But what he has been able to achieve can also be achieved by somebody else as well. It can be achieved by me. It can be achieved by you. And he's trying to help us to get to where he's at. So it's not just following the recipe, but it's using the same ingredients he's using, like N24/7. Are you? You can follow the recipe, but only be in 12/3.5, not 24/7. I mean, so come on, you got to understand the recipe's part of it, but the ingredients are important. And then how you go out there and deliver it with the proper personality, with the proper enthusiasm, with the proper excitement. And here's the biggest thing of all, folks. You can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. Like Andy says, you've got to know somebody before you need somebody. You've got to build relationships. Every chef needs help in the kitchen. I've never seen a chef do it on their own. They need somebody to help them do it in the kitchen. We all need help. And you need to build these relationships. And these need to be relationships that are two-way, right? Not just one way, Not just, hey, what's in it for me? 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 You've got to be something to them as well as they're something to you. Bring something to the table. Bring something to the party, right? You got to have quality relationships with the carriers, quality relationship with Crossline, quality relationship with Downline, quality relationships with corporate. These relationships can help you improve your ingredients. I have help today. And you might not have known, but everybody needs help. This is my help. Who's your help? I had help. I had help. I've had fun doing this call today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Ratatouille says hi. I say bye. God bless everybody. Go out there and have a great day and enjoy Andy's pie. Baby, baby, baby. I'm out.